Okay, so I am back in Kukoos Lost Pets. The key was provided by Tinsley PR for... Let me actually check. I know who I want to say. Is that right? Yes, it is Modus Games. Okay. Yeah, actually no. Stay all tabs so it's mute. So, funny thing happened. This game has been in early access for a while. I don't remember for how long. And it finally released. Prior to release, I was sent a review key. Yay, I'll review the game. I didn't have much care for it. We'll get to that. I then got an email after release of, like, the game is now in full 1.0 release. Review embargo is off, all that. After that, I got an email letting me know, along with all the other reviews, it would not have just been me, that apparently the version we were reviewing was still the early access version, not the release version. And, as it happens, at least one person left that comment. It's like, yeah, it looks like you're on the early access version, not the release version, to one of the review playthrough videos. Yep, turns out that's true. And when finding out that this was the case, it's not a good situation to be in. Especially because, like, I found out, and it's like, I don't have time today to put into the game. I won't have time tomorrow. I now have it. I now have that time. So I'm going to at least play a few levels, see how it's different. If necessary, and I hope it won't be, just the amount of time it'll take and all that, I will just replay the entire game, if I must. I'm hoping I don't need to. But at the same time, I want to... There's 2 points I want to make. One is, I've got 2 games I reviewed in early access when they first released into early access, and I've been looking forward to and keeping track of things as they've gotten major updates for when I eventually do a full, a release version review of them. I wasn't expecting that to be the case here, but it looks like that might be what I end up doing. Don't know, we'll find out. The other is, if you read the review, or if you just if you watch through the review playthrough, I definitely didn't like the game. It has a lot of issues, but one thing about it, I've got this recommendation category system, where fundamentally it's, I either recommend a game, fail to recommend a game, which is where this fell, or recommend against. Recommend against is very rare, by the way. Typically, if it's I'm not having fun, I just fail to recommend. I went deeper, I've since gone deeper than that for about a year now, where there's now, like, flavors within there, because there can be flavors, and it's relevant here. So, like, fail to recommend, just straight up, that's all it is a 0. This is a 1. Meaning, I failed to recommend it, I didn't have that much fun, but I could see its potential. I know its potential is there, it's just a lot of it didn't seem tapped. Or properly executed on, properly delivered on. So, to me, it was one of those, it's like, it's possible with the right things fixed. Yes, this would be a 2, which would then be, that's a lower flavor of recommend, but still, it's like, oh, I'm having fun now. It would be that. Potentially. I don't know, we need to see. I don't know what all changes have been made. But yeah, so it's just, fail to recommend is -1, 0, and 1, where 0 is just straight up fail to recommend it, neither good nor bad. Can't say it's going to go one way or the other. Like, changes wouldn't get it one way or the other. I don't have the sense of potential. -1 would be it isn't a game I'm saying you shouldn't play. But it's close. That's what -1 would be. -2, 3, and 4 is recommend against. Like, -4 would be this game shouldn't even exist kind of thing. Delete it from your library. It's kind of bad. And 2, 3, and 4 would be recommending the game. 3 is just strong recommendation. 2 would be, yes, I had fun, but it has problems. 4 would be, you have to play this game. So right now, this is the build I played on, I already reviewed on, was a 1. It might, now, this release version, it might still be a 1. I don't know. It might be a 2. I doubt it will be a 0. I will say that. I really doubt it would go down. We'll find out. But right now, it is very possible that I will like the game more now. So we'll find out. Alright. And it's actually something right here. Okay, it still is doing this. I don't like them doing this. They're still doing that too. I don't like them doing that. I don't like that they have just immediately thrown me into the level. Okay, I don't. It's like, I've beaten the game, and I'm just loading into it. Put me here. Yep, and they're also doing this. I don't like that. I still see the sharpening filter, so it's... Okay, here's what I don't like. Although, hey, it's actually showing it. That's an improvement. Oh my god, is that an improvement. I beat the game not knowing how to get out of the... And actually, that's even not right. Which one is that? Wow, they actually added the button. Not knowing how to get back to here. I beat the game without knowing, because it never tells you in the game. I just started pressing buttons randomly and eventually found it on the controller. But what I pressed was, I'm using a DualShock 4, I pressed circle, which would be B on a Xbox-style controller. There's nothing to tell you that that would work at all. Let me just see. The final should be... Just... I do find it interesting that it's like, I've definitely done, but... Okay, so they actually changed it. It's not even circle anymore. It's, I have to hit back. But at least it is saying it. It literally wasn't telling you. This is very important to the game, and they didn't tell you. Alright, now here, let's do this. I need to see, I think B on the keyboard did. Now it's R. They've also added levels. They can't make this easy. It's also, it does look like they... one complaint I had was it seemed like there was a sharpening filter over the game. That I still feels the case there. And I did try turning some things off and that did not. Alright, okay, again, leave it here because I need to make some notes. Sharpening filters still present. And it might not... It is possible that there isn't actually a sharpening filter. It just looks like. It really does look like there's over-sharpening. Still loads you into a level startup instead of the map. I mean, seriously, that's dumb. That really is dumb. It should be putting on them when you load back into the game. It should let you choose, not a, hey, you're in the action. It's like, I just started up the game. I mean, it's even possible it might be, I didn't even remember what level I was last on. Why are you now putting me into this? So yes, that is a bad decision. It's not critically bad, but that's one of those quality of life bads where it's like, why is it this way? It does show buttons to leave. Yeah, to the world map / exit a... See, it's annoying because the levels are labeled chapters. I would say it's chapters, but... Yeah, how about this? Leave to the interworld map. Which was not the case before. Ironically, they are different buttons than I found while reviewing. I was like, seriously, you finally figure out, hey, we should put this in the UI, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna change the buttons on you too. What? Seriously? What? We just need the UI. It really, that is a weird one. You have to acknowledge that. No, I also just thought of something else. Okay, so we do still have this. It is still, I mean, it's like, I'm sorry, these are terrible controls. Because in order to like be comfortable at it, I would need to have left and right hand right against each other, so that I'm staying on the controller. I don't really like that, but it's what I feel I have to do. I mean, I'm trying to remember exactly how I put it in the review, but I know how I probably put it in the review playthrough, because how I felt was, it seems like the keyboard controls were made by somebody who doesn't play games on a keyboard. That really is a bad layout. Oh, and I know I complain. Well, let's be kinder to myself. I criticized the whole concept of the pet control. I mean, it's like here, come back. Yeah, mouse doesn't do anything. Pet control. Well, control pet. There's not one pet that it really matters on. The World 3 pet. Kabuto. That's not his actual name. Kubaro? That might be it. You can aim with him and use that there, but it's easier to just use the WASD controls for that. The left stick, not the right stick. Here, let me. And then there's where I started, the level threw me in. The pet is a ghost, although it's technically not a pet. That whole thing makes actually no sense. It's like technically that should not be a pet, from what I can tell. But it's yeah. You can actually have that pet separate from your body. It's never used it once in the whole of that world that I saw. Maybe that extra level it unlocked uses it, but nowhere is that used. So it really is, you've taken away that stick to be used for something that's irrelevant. And we don't get to have camera control. Now, to be fair, I know I at least meant to put in the review. I believe I did. I wrote it a while. And no, I haven't looked through it. Implementing camera control in a game that doesn't initially have it is not easy. I am in no way suggesting that, say, they just need to go and flip some switches, or they just need to go in and put something in the UI, and identify what the button is to go back. That should be easy. That should be trivial. I've got no problem with razzing on people for not doing it. I want camera control, but I know that could be we're going to need to spend a solid month working on that, because the level design, it might be physically not designed for that. Like, there might be assets that don't have all four sides, so now they'd have to make them. Also, there's scaling issues. I once worked on a game, did QA for a game, where it was designed for a isometric view, but then they changed it to be third person. All the assets were wrong. Like, everything was scaled wrong, because it was scaled to look right at the isometric view, not at the third person view. And that would have taken potentially weeks, even though it was only one thing. This was very early in development. So it was one map. That probably still would have taken weeks for them to tune in and get just right. And they also might need to completely remake some assets. Implementing camera control would be very difficult, and it would legitimately be on the level of difficulty that some developers would be like, we're just not going to do it. We made our choice. We may regret our choice, but we're not going to redo it. We can't. It's not feasible. I get that. That doesn't mean I'm not going to criticize that choice. All right? It would just mean that I'd be in agreement with them. I mean, but it is realistically, that is something that might not be achieved. I'm trying to remember which one was it that so ticked me off. This one. I do believe it was this. So let's do this. So there was one level, and it should be in the first part of the playthrough. I think it was this one, because of the whole needing to turn stuff on and off. Where, because of the checkpoint system, I ended up, because I accidentally, wait, what? Okay, this is actually very important right there. That's a sign to change to using the ghost pet. That is super interesting, because I was running into these signs before, but they were for Petri, which is a flying pet that you don't unlock until later in the game. But I was able to, and it's like part of it is you're trying to find that. I don't remember the choose character thing before. It doesn't really matter. I don't remember seeing that thing before, or at least I know I didn't look at it. Anyhow, so the fact that he is there does tell me that some of these signs at least are supposed to appear later, because I know that wasn't there before. I would have noticed it, and I would have been like, what is this? Or it might have, the sign might have been there, but it might have been crossed out. But I did speculate that they might have actually had things screwed up, where I was seeing Petri when I should not have been. That those things were there when they should not have been. And it's also kind of funny, because one of the bugs I reported was getting stuck on Petri. It was actually quite a problem. Found one of the signs chained pets in a level. Well, in a World 1 level that would let me use the... Yeah, that's World 4. World 4 pet. Don't call being here for, so guessing that means the signs are supposed to be unlocked through progress, though that did not seem the case with Petri in the original playthrough. See, I definitely took issue with that because it was a story problem as well, and I'm weird about story. I really am. Okay. I'd have to watch the video. I don't remember. But I do also feel like this is playing music that it hadn't before. Oh, yeah. It's still doing that, though. That is... I find that horrible. There. Get those all down. So I will explain it in a little bit. Although, actually, hang on. Let's do this. Okay. This is definitely the level that I was thinking about. Like, I'm certain that this isn't just coincidence. Okay. Okay, so, it did not save a new checkpoint for me, even though I just came back through it. So that is one of the things that that really annoyed me, because I even found in the same level, some checkpoints would save multiple times, well, 2 times, and some would only save once. And it was so frustrating, because I had... We'll see it. As I said, I'm certain it is this level. Where I basically had to choose go left or go right. I went right, which got me a checkpoint, but there was stuff to find if I went left. So I went back to go left. And it, I ended up losing so much time, because every single time I died, I then needed to go back and redo it. Now, part of that was my own stubbornness. I fully acknowledge that. That's like, nope, I have to actually... I have to actually do this. I couldn't just, go by. And leave the... It was just coins. I couldn't just leave them, though. I had to go back and get them. But it was also just one of those, the game shouldn't have been giving me those issues. But that is another issue, and that is a big one. really is a big one. So actually here, I will make that note. The dash, well, yeah, extra dash roll is still present. So, and this also legitimately killed me. If I do that, now unfortunately I don't have a way to, like, you know, prove it. You're just gonna have to take my word. But it's like I hit. Yeah, I'll just read them off with the DualShock. I'll hit X and then I'll hit square. So that's jump and then dash. My hand is now off. I haven't set it down. I'm holding it with my other hand, but nothing, no input's being pressed. But I do that, and he hits the ground and then he rolls. And that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Because what's happening there is your position. You're going out of position. It's like I expect to land there. If I do that, I expect to land here. I don't expect. I'm going uphill, and that's why the roll. It's like I expect to land there, not there. Yeah, I was expecting to land here, not here. So now I'm out of position. How? I consider that inexcusable. There's no need. I mean, the roll also is just unnecessary. It doesn't add anything. And it's also, by the way, here in just the normal roll. But it's like, there is no value to it. So I really don't know why it's there. Okay. So I have that one checkpoint. Nope, that's just one here. Oh, yeah. Checkpoints are only one save. Well, so far. They're either that, or they are, or still inconsistent. Because I did also notice inconsistency before, and that really pissed me. That's another thing that actually pissed me off too. How these things bounce away from you. I was like, why? At least the doesn't show that. The heart filling up looks a little bit better. Because before it was like you got 2 and it would look half full, and then you'd get the 3rd and oh, that's it. That's all you need. Damn it. See, right here, camera control would definitely be nice. That's hot. Yeah, camera control would have been amazing right there. Yeah, why is this thing going... It's climbing. That is something from the base game, and I know I complained about that. Did I specify the heart pieces, though? I think I may have just talked about the corn. Okay, did you get all... have no idea what... Yeah, so this is still an issue. Like, I got an upgrade. I don't know to what end, and it's like, I don't know what it does. I don't know how long I have it. Come on. I was trying to hit the basically escape button to get out of that, but it's also right here. Like, I found these all over. Oh, that's right. Even though you don't have this pet yet. Like, he's technically supposed to be trapped at this point. I mean, in fact, he's right there running away from it. It's like, that was a pet. That were these brainwashed pets stealing the very pet I was using. So, I actually don't think I had that video before. Because I don't think I recognized the significance of it yet. But it's like, that's a problem. That really is a problem.
Oh, hey.
And it's like, I will call out that kind of problem. Because it's like, I care about story stuff like that. I get that some people don't. I'm not among those people.
Hey. Oh.
See, now this one's obvious enough.
Oh. Hey.
Okay. I got no idea. I definitely don't remember. But yeah, I mean, it's... This thing is obvious enough. That is just immortal. Some health back. Also, the person who left the comment, recognizing that, hey, it looks like, you know, you're playing the wrong version. They said I could swim now. When I find the next checkpoint, I will put that to the test. Not too eager to test that now, though. No offense, it's just I just want to be certain. Yeah, what is...
Oh, hey.
And I remember saving this video as suddenly game show.
Oh.
There we go. Oh, on all the way over there. Nope, too far away. Perfect. I do also want to beat the boss for this world, by the way. Because I am... The thing that plays after... You know, I just realized, I don't want to go this way. I don't remember how to get back.
Hey.
And there was more to... Oh. Okay, I guess it is possible to. There we go. Okay.
Oh.
And now the music has stopped for some reason. did not save that again. Bad. I just lost all that progress because it didn't save it again. And see, now that that would have been, you know, hang on. Let's see, can I swim? I can. I've got no idea to what end. I mean, yeah, it will make some things a little easier, a little safer. Yeah, like the very first, the first level of the first world. I do remember that. Nope. I hit the wrong button. I hit dash instead of jump. Now I lost what I was supposed to. Oh yeah, we still have that silliness. Although I do need to check that. Check it a little later though. Okay. I was definitely over it. In fact, here, I'm gonna do that. Replay buffers. So mute that. Yep. It lied to me. I absolutely had the light up circle for where I'm supposed to land on the platform next to the coin, and it still dropped me off of it. I am angry about it. I legitimately. I mean, it's like that really is something that should not ever be an issue. There should be no question as to in the XY space. Well, depending, it might. Yeah. It's the camera. I'm serious. That's what that was. That was the camera. That was all because of the camera. Oh, you're kidding. This is the spot. Okay, hang on. Okay, so there's stuff up there, there's stuff back, there's stuff all around here, right? And this is just like the other side of that hole. Okay. So I decided to go this way. Wait. Oh, they changed this a lot. So I just came over and got that, right? And got the checkpoint. Just gonna grab that. Now initially this was like one wide, by the way. And you had two. No, you had three that fell. And one would fall here, and it destroyed this. One would fall here and destroy this, and then the other would be here and just basically be the size of the platform. I died so many times after this checkpoint, but also at, like, to the right of it, but also after I had fought over here. That's also different. They cleared that out. But I lost so much time because I was going back And also was super annoying because I was literally doing this in the dark. I just knew it so well. Nope, that is it. Okay. Where I'd come up here, and this was actually not even this well illuminated. I'd come up here, get that. Lots of coins. It's worth doing this, right? I would do all that. And then continue forward, die, and have to come back and do it all over again because a checkpoint doesn't pick up, wouldn't save us another time. Although that's weird, I never actually touched that. But it was show. Wow, that might be the case. Okay, wait. Oh wait, no, technically I'd never done any of this. But yeah, so this is definitely... The checkpoints are not in a good implementation. They're not. And I have no way back now. Alright. But we will get to see one thing. So I went back, did all that. Nope. So I would have to do all that over again. At least for this check. Now, as I said, I had observed in a different level, it would actually, come on, brain, turn over. It would allow multiple saves on a single checkpoint. But it was inconsistent, where some would do that, some wouldn't. Oh, yeah, don't. There. So this is not yet in... Well, consistency does matter to me. So the fact that it was inconsistent really pissed me off. But also the fact that I was so ow. Okay, see what just happened here? That's kind of what happened back by that checkpoint originally. Man, I love that I got the review playthrough so you can look back at that. And see them not insane. Oh, we're done. It was just one of those... I didn't do a review playthrough. I don't... There was a reason why. I don't remember what it was. Because I think I had started doing them by then. For Shadow of the Tomb Raider. But one thing that I found interesting is I saw reported, and I've not completed that game since. Well, replayed it. Somebody realized that it actually they changed the ending. Square Enix changed the ending between what is it? Find out. Shadow of the Tomb Raider's ending changed between the review build, the early access review bit, well, reviewer access, pre-release access, review build, and the release build. It would have been very interesting if I had actually recorded that review playthrough then, because you might have been able to see what the original was. Yeah, so let's see what this is. I remember the one in this level, in this world, I didn't like. The other extra level. Actually, hang on. Okay, yeah. So it's still like this. Petrie's colors it. Petrie still blocks dashing till it is activated. Yeah, so it's how doing that. See how the wings are out? They're like that. I can't. I don't know if that was actually being picked up on the mic, but it's like, yeah, that is so annoying. Because like, what is the purpose of it? How does that benefit the player? I mean, this is now a hell of a lot easier. with the swimming.
Hey!
Nope.
Oh!
I mean, it's like this. How do you not affect this? Oh, it looked like I did. Maybe you do take some damage when you're underwater. Okay, yeah, and that thing. I'm gonna hate that world. So, Kubaro, that pet. It's supposed to be like samurai helmet, and you activate it, and it brings down like shields around you, so you don't get hit by projectiles. The projectiles that thing shoots, though, go right through it. And there's other things like that as well, to the point that it's like, yeah, so we have this defense-focused pet, except that it actually doesn't offend you. I heard that. I'm... This is all timing one, and it's not that easy. Okay. Oh, wait. Those are coins. If I just stand here, eventually I'll get some. Okay. Ooh.
Hey!
There.
Hey! Oh!
Nope. Ah. I didn't know it was the edge of the level or not. I had to explore over that way to find out because... Oh, yeah, and that. Because no camera control. Can't just look that way. I will harp on that. Even though, as I said, that's something that they might not be able to change. I still want to harp on it because it's the whole they really should not have made the decision that they did. But also it could be said they should not have designed certain aspects of the game they did as they did either. That it's like, yeah, you can't tell that's the edge of the world unless you could turn the camera. It's like, yeah, so give another hint.
Hey! Hey!
That's good.
Hey!
Damn it. I keep Okay. Because of what Petrie does, I really dislike that you need to activate him at all. I really do. I mean, it's just, he gives you he changes a fundamental ability of yours already. So it's very awkward, this whole, that you need to activate him first, and therefore when you respawn, it's not active. That's very awkward. And is a very legitimate reason to have him redesigned. Or at least the interactions you do.
Hey!
Nope. Killed myself. Nah. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling stubborn enough to deal with this. It's an extra level on. I'd much rather... Oh, I meant to do that. I meant to look at the boss fight. Mainly, I want to... Come on. There you go. Unfortunately, progression here is not just left or right. And why did it even... What? Okay, how do you get to the boss? Well, I guess I'm not doing the boss. There is no way there. Ugh. Oh no, I couldn't. Oh. Yeah. It is this world that I know there's a checkpoint that had, maybe it's changed, that had multiple saves too.
Hey! Oh!
There really is no reason for those things to hop around.
Hey!
The heart pieces.
Yeah!
This guy is my favorite of the deck, by the way. Just, he is appropriately powerful. And he is supposed to now have different physics. Like, that was one of the updates I was aware of that was supposed to be between the, the reviewer build and the release build. Was supposed to include changes to his physics. I don't know, his physics didn't seem that bad. Maybe they were.
Hey!
They changed his coloring. He would highlight blue. This is highlighting yellow.
Hey! Oh! Wee! Woo! Oh! Hey! Wee! Woo! Oh! Woo!
There. That is not
Hey!
doing it again.
Wee! Woo! Oh!
Yeah, I like him because he gives traversal capabilities and offensive capabilities. He really is, like, the best of the pets.
Yeah!
Petri, maybe more so. Maybe is better, but as far as the, like, no, this is a pet that you just gain access to permanently for all the levels in a world, he's the best. The Firefly one of the first world is, I mean, the Firefly, it has its uses. It's more about solving puzzles and such, but this is like, no, you need this guy.
Oh! Hey!
It's not just, puzzle solutions. This guy lets you play different. And lets you do so much. I mean, Oh, and by the way, I mean, it shouldn't matter. But I'll still mention it just in case. I am recording this a little differently than I did the original review playthrough. Okay. It's like there's supposed to be a train that spot. There we go. I guess it was just waiting. I didn't remember if it waited or not. Well, so much for that. Oh, wait.
Hey! Wee! Woo! Oh! Woo!
Now, I've already perfected this one, so actually we can just keep going. I don't need to go back and grab stuff. I want to. I do want to. But I don't need to, so for time. But yeah, so I'm recording this a little differently. I mean, it's nothing all that major, just normally when I do a review playthrough, I actually record at, I think it's 30 megabit. Well, variable bitrate, but a maximum of 30. This I'm recording with my Let's Play Plus profile, which actually caps it at 12. The reason is so that then I can do, hopefully, less processing and, like, put this video up right away, kind of thing. Now I'm under control. Being controlled by the collar.
Oh! Hey! Oh! Woo! Wee! Hey! Woo!
Oh wait, no, that
Oh!
here. It's like, oh yay, that's what the thing lets you do. Why do I care?
Hey! Woo!
That's what the extra roll at the end of the dash lets you do. Is, you know, once I landed, I hit the plant thing here. It's like, okay, that's great, but I could also have just, you know, done that after I landed. I really don't need it there. So it's like right now, I do need to look at more. I'm thoroughly acknowledging. But right now, I have not seen anything to change my recommendation.
Hey! Oh!
That's, yeah, that's the way they need to go to progress.
Hey! Oh!
Go this.
Oh! Hey!
So one thing, yep, still the case. That is kind of neat. Any of the coins that he intersects when he smashes down do get picked up. I need to drink water. Oh, that is why I paused, was to get the drink of water.
Hey! Oh! Hey!
No, yeah, and I'm just... Okay. What I thought. It's like right now, if I'm just twirling around the right stick, nothing's happening.
Oh!
So it's like pet control is meaningless for this guy. There we go.
Hey!
So I shared
Hey!
few bug reports with him actually. Okay. So this is still here. I didn't do it. But it would be in the second part of the review playthrough. I was climbing up here and actually got caught in one of these things spawning in. And the funny thing is, I recorded the video, I shared it, it's not in the review. It's in the review playthrough. It's not like I'm gonna edit that out. But a separate video of just that, I did actually put up to share with the developers. Well, I shared it with my PR contact to then be shared with the developers. And I did see that it did get some views. Why am I glowing? Oh, that's right. There is actually a thing you can pick up right there. I just don't know. So that's why I've got the cape. But it's another one of these upgrades. I don't know what they do. And nothing in the game actually tells you. The magnet one is the only one that's like, okay, I know what's going on there because it's a magnet in a video game with coins. That's obvious. But also, you see it happening. This, I don't know. Alright, so there's a checkpoint here. This one. You can see it once I get off. It's on my right. Yeah. That actually has... I've triggered that twice. So, there. There. And if I do that, I can get the coin without having to risk myself going down there. Same? Okay. It did not trigger again. I wish it did. I wish that these were triggering multiple. Could trigger multiple saves. But that's not what happened. And it's like that's fine. I get it. That's what I encountered then was a bug. That it is you're only supposed to be able to activate them once, but I was able to activate some twice. That I know is one. I also just realized this is different. Before you had a much you actually had to like make this jump, which was not easy. Unless it's actually after this. Maybe it was after this one. But I do remember it not being easy because it just the camera angle was so terrible that you really didn't know. Like here, it would be kind of like this. Actually, it might have been this and not over here. Where the gap, there actually is a gap there, so you can fall to your death here, but you don't. The camera like stayed like this, so you didn't know that. I was like, here, it's like, okay, yes, I can see there's a gap, I need to swing it. But it was like that angle before it moved. And it's like that's the whole, if you just gave the player control of the camera, it's a moot point. It works fine. Because the player can just move it. In that, they actually did now move it enough for me, so that's good. But it still is a little bit annoying. Okay. Yep. Okay. So now I can get to a pet. Sorry, a boss. Actually, I should. Couldn't navigate to the first boss from the map. I was always put on a different level. Yeah. That one's definitely a problem. And oh, I can just see the oversharp. Oh wait. Oh. And this is also a weird one because of how you actually always throw him in front of you. So if you're facing forward or back, you actually risk throwing him and therefore having to jump off of the platforms.
Hey!
But yeah, I can see so much oversharpening on my character on Azuka? No. Aztok? I don't remember what the pet's name is. But there's oversharpening artifacts, to my eyes at least, on him. It's possible, I think I am scaling the video, well, you're going to be seeing it at 1920 by 1080 anyway, if you choose to play it on YouTube at that. So you might not even see it, but I definitely can. And it's also possible to refresh. We'll wipe it out too. Ow. Ow.
Hey!
Ow. Nope. Ow. I wasn't expecting an immediate strike right at the start that, hey, it didn't replay the opening. It didn't force me into that cutscene. Yay. That was so annoying for the World 3 boss. If I can, I actually should really try to see that. Try to do that one.
Hey!
I hit him, so. Oh, no. Good. Seriously. I'm sorry. I do expect if you're dropping health to actually be allowed to pick it up. Which I know I shouldn't. This guy apparently doesn't allow that. His timing is off. But also the World 3 boss is terrible in that regard. Because it's like, you'd have to run basically over to where he is while he's trying to still kill you to get the very few part pieces that are just that are put there. I mean, it's like, and again, yeah, this is a should be treated as a bug, that he should not be instantly attacking, so you have no opportunity to get the health. That should be considered a bug. Because I mean, it's like, hey, you smash down, okay, and now you need to immediately react. It's like, why are you doing that? Oh. I mean, I get the whole speeding up, but it's like, yeah, I'm in the rhythm of having to do that right now. I expect to be able to get the health that I have earned. There it is. So, this cutscene also has an issue to Tim. At least I count it as an issue, a story issue. So I want to see what happens. So he hits that. I'm gonna be in prison. That's fine. Also explains losing access to the pet. Why I lost access to the first one, to the Firefly, I don't know. There is no story. Okay, so it is. You're just suddenly in World 3. I don't know why. It is not explained. You're just here. And I don't like that. I'm sorry. That legitimately should have an explanation. And oh my god, the over-sharpening stuff is so much worse than this. Because there's... I like that they do have the fine detail to the, to the world assets here. I mean, it's like those gumdrop things down there. They look very good. They have a nice amount of detail. I like that. But it's... You know, can we not also over-sharpen? How did I get hit by him? There, and now this guy? Kurabo. Yeah, and right here I can see so much. I mean, he especially. This pet is detailed enough that there's so much over-sharpening on him. Why is he yellow? But see it? See this? He's now supposed to be immune to projectiles. Like, they shouldn't hit him. But there will be some that go right through. He also can do this, though. And this is the only instance. See, now that's with the right stick, but see how it's snapping? How it's going back to right? All I'm doing is releasing the right stick. So it's still majority control by the left stick, not the right stick. So it is very weird. It really is. And we are just still without a reasonable use for the thing. They did change that visual, by the way. Okay, so this one right here, that actually broke the game for me. Because somehow, I don't know how, it got it in its mind, the game got it in its mind, that I could not go back to Kuroboki. And, well, we'll see shortly, I hope. Okay, so this guy, see, goes right through. And that projectile doesn't get grabbed either. The unicorn things, this guy is so useless. It's really sad.
Hey!
I mean, it's like, it's sad. So like you have a defensive pet here. Oh yeah, that's true. They actually might have changed the design of it. Anyway, you have a defensive pet, but it doesn't defend against things you get shortly against enemies you find shortly after you actually get the pet. I mean, it's really nonsense. Yeah, so see what I'm having to do here? You can't do that with Petri. But I needed to. It was a problem. Because it let me swap to Petri, it wouldn't let me swap back. That was an interesting bug. Okay, now we got these things, which... See how that works? What I did not know was the case. Let's see if I can do it here. So I'll teach this. can't actually bounce like that. But how much health do I? Now risk it. See? If you don't reflect it, it still hurts you. So, realistically, you are trained to avoid where that lands. But you do need to do that in, I don't know if in this level, but in later levels, you need to do that in order to get the bombs to certain places. But it's like, there is no reason to trust it not to kill you. I think I just did it on a whim, maybe, trying that. Just as a, what the hell, why not kind of thing. Because I hate this world. And it's not the world's fault. It is because I find this pet so badly made.
Hey!
Yeah, so it's Petri was. Because, it's like, his projectile defense is only useful against a specific kind of projectile from a specific kind of enemy. Well, actually, it's like 2 enemies. And nothing else. So it's like, okay, it's a pet that is only useful in very limited circumstances. Because these guys, I can grab it. And also, the thing right there that's launching the balls. That this pet works against. There is nothing else it works against. So what's the point? I also don't know why that happens, where you just like hold down this and it'll just decide, nope, you're no longer doing that. You're no longer shielded. But see, right now I am protected. Yeah, it's nonsense. This guy is nonsense. So right now, yeah, my feeling is this is still a 1. That even though, because it's also like, this thing will actually hit and hurt me. Yep. I thought this level was longer. It let me know enough. The issues I have with Kurobo are not addressed. The issues I had with prior levels are not addressed. So, I do believe that there are, it's like, how I put it in the original review playthrough was that there are problems that can be solved. And it's like here, and it was almost here are the solutions. You make these changes, then I think it's going to be a decent level, decent game that I could recommend. I'm not seeing those here. Like we got the back, it's telling me that. That's it. That's not enough. Right, I need another drink of water. And we can just do that. Okay, so this guy, I don't think should count as a pet. You'll see why soon. Yeah, and look at this. How the camera's aligned there. And it's like, you don't necessarily expect it to suddenly go, that was so confusing. There. Okay, a cuckoo seems hurt. I wonder if we can free my world from the Kukomons together. Okay. We need to stop and dissect what this means. And especially because there's some things we didn't see here because they weren't in. I'd have to completely replay the game. You can look to the review playthrough. The Kukumans are these head things that are taking over the pets, right? On the main world, the home world. The different world doors that I go through, like how I went through one to get here, those are on a tree on the only island on the main world, right? Okay? These pets got these things put on them, and now they've, for whatever reason, been sent into these other worlds. You're going in to rescue them, okay? As you saw, some of these, they have, like, ancient ruins. There's nothing there but the pets that have been taken control of. They didn't build them. But all these things are there. It doesn't make any sense to me. So it's like, what is the history here? And I talk about this in the story section of the review. And then we got this guy, a cuckoo. So he recognizes it as something different from himself. Which is true. He could just be a pet and recognizing that's cuckoo. Yeah, but none of the pets talk. He talks. He has self-awareness. It's, I wonder if we can free my world. He's not from the main island. He's not from the main world. He's from here. Where is anything else that is from these worlds? There doesn't seem to be any. It's just him. And it's also technically, I don't think he should count as a pet. Because like, he clearly is not just a pet. Certainly not a cuckoo's pet. But you're able to merge together, as we are happening, as is happening right now, and become, and then you can use him like he's a pet. So you can, do stuff like that. Now see, I don't remember this character's name, by the way. But I mean, it's, he is, yeah, this is a terrible camera. Come on. Okay, it's gonna be better. See, the ghost falls through that. So it's like that's important. Actually, I do want to, well, no, it doesn't matter. But look at this. See, now I'm using the right stick, so now I can control these independently. But see what happened there? He went sailing off because of this thing here. This breeze, but think about it. This is the last world of the game. It's just you working towards boss fights that remain after this, well, the final boss fight. There's a level that you need to do to get to. That's it. And it's like, that is, so it's taken this long in the game for the right stick to have any actual value. The hell. I'm sorry, the weaknesses that I found to the game, and let me also quickly just check my notes. Okay. So the only thing then improvement that I wanted to see is the world map. That we actually have a means of, that is shown to the player. We finally have a means of doing it. Of leaving one of these worlds to go to another. We finally have that. That's it. Every other criticism I have of this game still stands. Which I like. Because that means then I don't need to worry about rewriting the review or something. Or writing a completely new one. Damn. Oh, yeah. The guy. Well, I'm just dead. You can swim. Not to any effect. Why did it... That camera placement. And could I do anything about it? Nope. Because that's not allowed in this game. Oh, come on. Yeah, I mean, it's... The guy was right, though. He left the comment on, I think it was part 3 of the review playthrough. He mentioned that the reloading is a lot faster, and yes, it is. Yes, it is. That he's absolutely correct there. That was much faster. But it's still, come on. I'm sorry, I made that jump. I really did. I absolutely had that. It just arbitrarily decided, nah, that's not good enough. I get it's a platformer, but I really do hate pixel perfect jump demands in any platformer. It's like, it's not Super Meat Boy, okay? Super Meat Boy is a game you're supposed to hate playing. I am not sure, but I think it might be... Oh, okay, so you actually can get up here. It's just they put a lip, so you actually can't. I'm sorry. That really is a stupid design there. There's zero reason for doing it. This guy can't dash, so if you want to do something like that, you, I didn't remember it was a heart there. I did remember. If you want to dash, it puts you back to this guy. And I know there's a secret back there. I don't. So he starts freeze. Like that. That. I mean, some of this secret stuff I'm comfortable doing, but I don't feel like doing it. Okay, so did you see what happened there? I landed, and because I was trying to correct so I'd actually land on the thing, I was moving the left stick back. And that caused him then to roll back. Now, no, so this is time sensitive. I don't want to get hit by that. But it puts me out of position. I'm sorry. That really is inexcusable in my mind. I don't see how you can possibly defend that. Because what it ends up forcing me to have to do is like that, and then like start doing that to the joystick. Where it's like, okay, so now at least if it starts rolling me, it's like it's just gonna do it in a tight circle, potentially, instead of just in a direction that will be to my death. So it's like, yeah, there is that kind of sort of method that actually doesn't work all that well. But it's the best solution would be for it to not do that to begin with. And yes, I know that there is something down there. I don't really care. And I cannot... I do not trust the thing well enough to... the camera well enough to try to land on... to try to climb up that one... I actually don't know what that counts as. Would that be a kind of mass? I mean, probably isn't. It's something else, but yeah. There. To here, up. You can tell I've played this level. Well, I've had to... Nah, man. That I've had to deal with this specific area a few times. I'm just hitting buttons in the wrong order. Very wrong order. I'm thinking I need to change after I jump, but I'm hitting the button to change before jumping. I don't care. Oh yeah. So the ghost is immune to those things, but with the wind it actually... Oh yeah, that's right. That's actually always there. That magnet. help you out with this.
Oh!
I guess it's just... Is it the prow of the ship? I don't know ship design. Oh. I was like, okay, so... Just gonna try to beat through this stuff. So yeah, it is... Despite the fact that... Yeah, it is the... The review playthrough was the wrong version. There are definitely changes here. There were varies for me to spot, for me to find. The changes that have been made are not sufficient for me to change my opinion, to change my recommendation. So it is still a 1. I will be sharing this video, by the way. Well, yeah. If you're watching it, obviously I shared it. So, yeah, that is very disappointing to me. Because as I said, it is a game that the stuff about it that annoyed me, that I did not like. It's like, here's the list, and you can change all the, and here's how I want them changed, and I'll be happy. And that's not a make it about me kind of thing. That's, I have to criticize the game based on my opinion. I can't criticize it based on anyone else's. But it's like the extra dash roll at the end of the dash. The extra roll at the end of the dash. That has no justification. I really don't see how anyone can say that's appropriate. I think if you don't see people complaining about it, it's just they're deciding not to complain about it. Not they actually like it. The checkpoints only being 1 save. That's fine. It is now consistent, so I actually cannot... I wish it wasn't, because of how the game does want you to explore. So I do wish that was not the case. But it is consistent now, so it's like, now it's just a matter of opinion, not a matter of there's a problem here. Petri blocking the dash when you have him, that should not... That should also be changed. There's no reason for that. And now the new bug about not being able to get to the boss of the first world, that's just kind of wild. But yeah, so it's like there's only one of my criticism that has changed, that has been addressed. Although, to be fair, that's gameplay. I don't know about story. It's possible some of the story stuff has changed. But the one there, we did see the transition from World 2 to 3. We did see that. And it still is a, how am I here now? Because how it's presented is, oh, you have to go through these doors to get to these worlds. So I was imprisoned. Somebody then took me out of that world somehow through this door that is not really explained how that stuff works. It was like, you drink one thing and then a door appears to you and you walk through it. No one else can see the door. They just see it disappear. It's like that at the start of the game and then at the end. It's like, that's what? What exactly is going on there? It was like, you're in this cage and then it just fades to black and comes back and you're in another world. It's like, so they picked me up, took me out of World 2, brought me up the branch of the tree to then put me through that door to leave me there. Why? And who? Who is Because at this point, we're not actually supposed to understand that there's really a plan to all of this. So it's like, why are they moving me? It's like, there's so many plot holes here. And I am going to call out plot holes. The story here is not so simplified that it's like, yeah, we can just, wave off a lot of this stuff. It's not a Save the Princess story. It could have been, but it's not. They did try to give it more depth. So it's not just a Save the Princess story. And it's like, okay, that you do that, it's now open for questioning. It's open for criticism. And it falls short of any of those questions and criticisms I have come up with. And for some clarity there, Save the Princess story, that's kind of a reference to Super Mario World. Well, not Super Mario World, Super Mario Brothers. And it's, what is the whole story? It is, you have to save the princess. And now the purpose of the story is to provide motivation. What is your motivation? You're rescuing the princess. She's trapped, you need to save her. So it's a Save the Princess story. It is the story and the motivation are the same thing. There's no fluff. Now, they end up building a lot of fluff, Nintendo did around that. That's fine. And I don't know all that well enough to criticize as a general series, general franchise. But that's the idea for, say, the Princess story. It's very simple, the motivation is clear, and it's basically all that exists there concerning the story. That's fine. Could have done that here. They didn't. They have it be more intricate, and it doesn't make sense. Like, what is up with Agostini, the ghost pet? What's up with him? He's not really a pet. He's the only known living, more or less, being in any of these 4 worlds. The only one that is not a pet, a controlled pet from your own world. So, where'd he come from? Why are there no others? And if anyone's like, oh, well, the Kukoos things were there as well, it's like, how did they get there? And it's like, then it's also there would have been people there that put them on the pets. I'm saying, it really does just fall apart. Because it seems like there should be 3 groups. Well, 4 is at minimum would be my argument, but 3 is what we're presented with. Kukoos, their pets, and then the people from the ocean of the main world. That's it. And it's really just, is he in the... No, he's... But like, as you can see the ocean there's a king of that ocean. I can't remember his name. I could scroll up and look. I don't feel like that. He's green, octopus guy. And I don't mind saying he's the main villain. Turns out he's the one behind all. Okay? That's it. But it's like, okay, we have these other worlds. Who lives there? Apparently no one. Why do these worlds exist then? How were they built? No idea. That's a problem. So it's like, to me, it's like there's got to be at least 4. Where this other 4th could be in just the peoples of those worlds. Just lump them all together. That's fine. You could do that. But instead, they're not there. Except for Agostini. He would be in that 4th group. But we have no explanation for the 4th group. For him, nothing. So yeah, as far as story goes, it's still weak there. It still has the same problems there. Gameplay, it's only the one thing that was addressed. All the other stuff still stands. Graphics, some stuff was changed. The World 2 pet is now glowing yellow instead of blue. Kurabo, also, World 3 pet is now yellow, gold, and something like that instead of red. I don't know why. Petri is a different color too. Okay. Why? See, I actually don't know why. It could be because I've beaten the game and somehow that put new colors on. I don't know. But it's like, that's it. For graphics, so yeah. All but one criticism still stands. So the final recommendation of a 1 still stands. It's like, there are ways it could be improved. Those are not... those changes that I wish to see were not included in the release update between early access, the version I actually apparently did review, and this. And I also just realized I didn't change the thumbnail to not say review playthrough. But that's fine. This is technically still part of the review playthrough. I'm just recording a little differently, handling it a little different. Okay. That almost certainly is enough of my blathering. I've already given the revised conclusion-ish. I do not intend to replay the entire game. I've seen enough, because I knew what my main criticisms were, because I still remember them, even though it's been a couple of weeks since I actually needed to play the game. Okay? They have not been addressed. Putting the 6-7 hours to replay the entire game is not going to change that. At best, at the very best, what could be achieved there is seeing that, they changed some cutscenes so that now some stuff is a little bit better explained. That's the most that might happen. But I've not seen enough to give me any confidence that would be the case, because World 2 to 3, that transition there I was just talking about, that has one of them. That's one of those spots that would need more information. We don't have it there. Why should I believe it's going to be anywhere else? And even if it is anywhere else, it still is my criticism for that transition that I do name that one in the review. I remember doing that one. That still stands. So it's like, yeah. I wish I could say better things. but that isn't where we are. All right. No idea what the next review will be, but see you then.